Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
We're here. We're here. We're live.
we're live. We're live. We just watched a new episode of Rick and Morty. Nobody's watching yet because we just went live. But welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone who is coming in for a special post-show edition of Interdimensional RSS, where the rules don't matter and the questions aren't real. And my name is Travis.
And my name is Brandon. Thank you so much for hanging out. I wasn't prepared for any of this. The episode or streaming so late.
It's insanity. We're celebrating the return of Rick and Morty. It is officially midnight on the East Coast, and the West Coast hasn't seen the episode yet. So we'll see who shows up. We're here to chat with you guys for a little bit. Hear what you guys thought about the episode. If you guys are here, drop a fine hello down in the chat. Hi, what up, zombies and others. Welcome. We are twitching and we're twitching. It's late. We are live on twitch.tv/apathetic enthusiasm, as well as youtube.com/apathetic enthusiasm, hanging out with you guys. So if you guys just watched the episode, let us know what you think. Let us know what you loved about the episode. If you are on the West Coast and you have not seen the episode yet and you do not want spoilers,
do not
go away. Come back later. Go hit subscribe on YouTube. This will be up for you to watch later. But yeah, definitely hang out.
You could use the views. I mean, you could stay around and just mute it for a couple.
Just mute. Just get those numbers up. But yeah, someone Zombie32 TV says the episode is free on the Adult Swim app. So if you wanna break time travel, you can go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and turn Hulu off right now. So that it fixes any lag that we might have. But yeah, go watch the episode. Go watch it now, Brandon. How you doing? How you feeling? I know you've been gearing up all day for this. What are your thoughts?
I have been. The social mediums have been going crazy. And a lot of creators, a lot of folks who work on the show, the creatives, I should say, have all been up in arms, like in a good thing, like. I mean, up in arms is a bad thing normally, but like woo, yeah, like raise the roof, like up in arms, yeah. But they've been all been like really looking forward to this episode, so it's fair to say, and you know what, it feels like maybe maybe for some viewer they might be like, oh, they've been saying hype train a lot in like the last week, and it's and we had no forewarning for any of this, so I think it's retroactively really awesome that we've been playing at that hype train thing the whole time.
Yeah, we had no idea that trains would be so central to this episode. But yeah, I thought it was awesome. You were following along with the live watch on the subreddit as well, and like that first intro, people are just immediately confused by the episode, and I gotta admit, I was too. I was like, all right, so I like my sticky note of notes for this episode was like bottle episode, anthology, story circle. Like I have in all caps, because I didn't know exactly what was going on.
Notes here in the chat and over on Reddit too about the storytrain.com not existing.
Raise your hand if you've already tried to go to that website, because I definitely did immediately to no avail.
Double J95 on Reddit, storytrain.com not existing was the biggest letdown of the episode, to be honest.
That's fair. That's fair.
D-Sweet mentioning that his wife went to the website immediately to try to register it. Yeah, lots of people trying to register that stuff right away.
Odds are they probably already bought it. They just haven't put anything on it. So,
somebody CDN Factotum said, check the who is. It's been registered since March of 2019. I'm gonna say that that's probably because they've been working on this episode.
Yeah, yeah. They probably knew that they needed to own it very early, but they could have thrown something up.
Really could.
Even if it's just like flash animation of a train going around in a circle or something. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it'll go live after the West Coast airing of the show. We'll see.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Simulated emu. It exists, just doesn't have a website associated with it, and then goes on to point out the registry domain ID, domain status, client transfers prohibited. It's owned by TimeWarner.net, and it expires. The registry expires in 2021 March.
All right, set your clocks, mark your calendars for the the release of that. So yeah, I mean, we're doing this. It's the middle of the night. And normally on like the episode that we will have a regular podcast tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time here on Twitch and YouTube. You can get our normal interdimensional RSS episode. But yeah, these are just reactions. Brandon, do you have any immediate things that just jump out at you from this episode that that stick with the front of your brain?
Um, what getting through like the initial kind of scenes and like maybe just establishing who you are or what the show is going on. Um, the I love anthologies. I love anthologies.
Oh, I know you do.
Whatever those anthologies may be. But that just the idea of an anthology jumps out at me, and to make an episode kind of centered around that is great. And then what I like is that they keep finding ways to do interdimensional cable without necessarily doing interdimensional cable, other than
Right,
that
right.
one that which Ridley hates. Um, but that's the main thing. Some little bits here and there that upon rewatch I'll
Little
watch out
bits.
for. What about you, man? What leaps out?
Um, so things that leap out at me, the meta utilization of Dan's story circle, and putting them on a metaphorical story circle, the callbacks to a lot of things, and it legit took me about half the episode to realize, like, just throw all of this out. Like, none of this is going to be something that really, like, sticks throughout the rest of the series. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, there were a lot of good takeaways, but I kept going back to, because we dissected that trailer for this second part of the season. And we're like, oh, I mean, we did a whole podcast about it. We're like, we think this scene is from that episode, and we think this scene, oh, maybe that's going to be in here. No, it was just an anthology, just throw anything at the wall, see what sticks. And then, Rick and Morty get saved at the end by Jesus. By ripped Jesus.
Jesus. You know what we need to do is we need to go back and look at the trailer going into tomorrow's episode when we actually break this down.
Yeah.
And we need to see how many scenes from that trailer were in this episode, because 80 to 90% of them are in that trailer.
So much of it. Including like bird person coming back, Phoenix person, the lightsaber battle with Tammy. Just so much. Yeah.
D Squeeze saying right here, it seemed like it was the trailer released. And I don't know if we talked about this, you and I, but I felt like we should have at least of like what the misdirect would be, if any, going on into the season. And yeah, like that was the biggest misdirect, is that like we don't necessarily know what the rest of the season will entail.
Yeah.
It's a mystery, and that's cool to me. Not as far as spoilers go, but I think that's really, really cool that we don't see, and we're not tempered by any expectations that we have based off a trailer alone.
Yeah, I think there's very little left in those trailers. I know that there were some scenes for next week's episode If you stuck around and you saw the scenes for next week, it is that alien, bug, the face hugger type episode that we saw some of in the trailers. So I do think we're gonna get a little bit of that, but yeah, I don't know. I thought this was great. Were there any particular scenes, like some of the one off like cutaways or anything that stick with you that I don't know, stand out upon first viewing? And in the chat, if you had any of those cutaway scenes, we want to know which ones you guys really enjoyed.
That's a good. I like how I like the blips and chits stuff with the floating bloody train. Whatever.
Spinning around.
When he started doing that, I was cracking up, and then coming back to it later, just it didn't stop being great.
Yeah. The news broadcast that then cuts away to like the couple on the couch. I did notice like the characters with like the nostrils on tops of their heads,
Mm-hmm.
on tops of their heads. Those characters seem to be popping up in a lot of stuff. They like that whatever race of alien that is. They are in the Wendy's commercial that has aired twice this evening for new Wendy's breakfast. Not a sponsor. Wendy's, call us up if you want to work something out. And then I think I saw that them in the scene for next week's episode as well. So I don't know, something about those nostril dudes.
Nostril dudes. Yeah. All of Rick's girlfriends, one being a Yoda-like person. It looks like a version of Yaddle. I'm just gonna say Yaddle,
Yeah.
which is she was in episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and then she was never seen again throughout the series. But yeah, I think there's canon. We could talk about it. We can go to Wikipedia.com and you can read about more. See, Bloody Disco Ball by Omar, who swore to me he was gonna go to bed because he has to wake up at 4 tomorrow.
Ooh,
But
get your rest, Omar. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Goomby saying what happened to Rick saving Christmas was pretty funny. Yeah, it's his story is tragic, but it is he steals your heart. That little
it does.
Goomby.
It does. Planes, trains, and portal guns is what I said about that on Twitter. So give me credit for being very, very contrived. Um, let's see. Phantom Menace is a canon. Okay, that's the if you some of the Phantom Menace is actually pretty good if you were to chop it down a little bit. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, that's on our other podcast, chopping up Phantom Menace.
Chopping up Menace.
What was another one that I was? Did I make an? Morty suddenly waking up as like a Vietnam vet who has some sort of experimental serum being worked on. And then the immediate callback when Rick wakes up and he's like a professor in a university and eventually gets killed by the vet. He's like, your pills worked.
Have you ever seen Jacob's Ladder? Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Tim Robbins?
No.
Which, by the way, oh no, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. I watched something earlier where they're making MST3K Live. Jonah was talking about Tim Robbins being as tall as Tim Robbins. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Jacob's Ladder has Tim Robbins in it, and it's about a guy who goes to Vietnam and then comes back from Vietnam, and then there's like experimental drugs and stuff like that are going on. So it's very reminiscent of that.
Very reminiscent. I liked the police training video, like the security training video. It's talking about not shooting the continuity. That was good.
Yeah. Let's go into talking about Jesus a little bit.
It is Sunday. Well, it was Sunday.
You know what really fucking got me was the VeggieTales.
Yeah, the VeggieTales crossover and like the cucumber that just looked like not quite like Pickle Rick, but it was like the VeggieTales version of Pickle Rick.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just so much stuff to digest and pull out of it. Omar loved the Rick stash. D Squeeze mentioned I was a scientist still, but I didn't have a mustache.
I found it interesting the artistic choice of just drawing like the the hot dog of the mustache with like a line in the middle of it. Like that's how it grows in for Rick. Which we've seen a lot of versions of Rick with facial hair, I think, throughout the Citadel and things like that, but never quite like that.
Yeah, one of the things that one of the bits that jumped out to me that I thought was funny was Morty's interpretation of what a feminist story would be.
Yeah, their lady time having to fight the female scorpions, and the female scorpions are just regular scorpions with bows on their heads.
Just a very base level knowledge of the woman anatomy, the female anatomy, and what women like, and just extrapolating it like what a teenager would know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It's great.
Yeah. I don't know. It is great. I look forward to watching it several times tomorrow in preparation for the Real Deal podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was good. This is a good way back into a stretch of 5 episodes that realistically I feel like we know very little about the rest of the episodes going into it. At risk of spoiling some of what we're going to talk about on tomorrow's episode, the folks that we follow on the creative team for this show have expressed a lot of opinions about these next 5 episodes, to include the one we watched tonight, and how much they're excited about them. Some of them saying like best 5 of the season, things like that. So yeah, there just seem to be a lot of chatter about the quality of these next 5 episodes. I mean, do you have anything to add to that? You've got your ear to the pulse of the social internet.
I what I've seen from Jeff Loveness, who wrote this episode, he wrote the next 2 episodes, including the Vat of Acid episode, which, let me throw it out there just real quick, and I'll talk about it more tomorrow. The episode starts with a vat of acid.
Yeah, no, I totally noticed that. I was like, are these going to be linked? Is this going to, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So that's interesting, but there's a ton of folks from the show who are just so excited about these 5 episodes. Yeah, I look forward to seeing if what they're saying is hype or not. By the way, I think Ryan Elder would talked about the train leaving the station or something like that the other day, and just take what they're saying out on Twitter with like an air of like, okay, what are they doing?
They're talking in code. These guys, good job, you guys.
Jeff Loveness. So one thing, Felicia Fuentes on Twitter at @Philville_Philville. She posted something with a bunch of screenshots, and then we responded back. Loveness liked it, Jeff Loveness, but he posted earlier. Rick and Morty is back tonight. I wrote the first 3 episodes and worked with such incredible writers and artists. I hope you like them. They're about being trapped in the narrative choke of capitalism, the broken worlds we escape through love, and Paul Giamatti with cum gutters. By the way, I know now who one of the guest stars was.
There you go.
Giamatti.
Perfect. There's a question Philip Marks asked, does this episode actually lay out the story? Does the train know the future? I get the sense that this was legit, like everything that we watched for the bulk of the episode took place in a toy train that C-137 Morty had bought at the Citadel or something, and it was really just like a self-contained episode that existed on a science magic type train, and outside of this episode, like, none of it really applies. And the fact that they even make a reference to interdimensional cable at the end kind of is the nod to this season's interdimensional cable, where, hey, we're gonna just go crazy, just throw a bunch of things, see what sticks, and then reference interdimensional cable and make that the episode for the season.
Yeah. Jackbo _manhorse on Reddit says, "So it was all a toy train commercial, right? Just make sure we're on the same page." And then somebody mentioned that I'm pretty sure that's the point. Keat, that they say those plot lines could have been canon, and they do say that in the episode. But he thinks that the fandom destroyed that by constantly pestering the writers. So kiss evil Morty goodbye. That's a kind of cynical outlook. But D Squeeze up there in Twitch. What if the movie is like Shaun of the Dead, where the whole episode is just little hints about the next four? Uh, which if I don't know when the last time you saw Shaun of the Dead was, Travis.
It's been a minute, but I've seen that one and own it, just for those keeping score at home.
But at the very beginning of the episode, where Sean and Ed are at the bar and they're talk, Ed's telling Sean like, "Here's what we should do, Bloody Mary, blah blah blah." And although he's talking about like drinks and kind of like in his slackerish way, it previews stuff that Sean actually
Right. Yeah.
right. He shoots Bloody Mary and blah blah blah. And by the way, dogs can look
up. Oh. Yeah, no, that is an interesting theory. I think that is definitely, it could be possible. We hinted at that in a recent episode of the podcast where, because, is it Loveness? Jeff? Is it Jeff Loveness? He wrote the first three. That could be indicative of them having some sort of connection between the episodes. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to find out here next week. Next week we get to watch another episode. Correct me if I'm wrong, but and we have some chatter between some folks that work on the show, but I get the sense that this was the first episode that was written, like, or completely written, after the 70 episode contract. Does that or were some of the ones that we already watched maybe done before that?
No, I mean all of season 4 is part of the 70 episode.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe they were workshopping some of those episodes or some of those ideas that we got at the beginning of the season, but I don't know. Like this episode had a different feel, a different, like, I don't know, like something about it. It felt a little bit faster. We talked about it before we went live. No title sequence in this one. We just got the end. Rick and Morty with the producers. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Like they just got right into the episode. But yeah, I don't know if that is indicative of different things coming or a change in tone or anything like that moving forward with the new episodes.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to gauge these next two to see what that's like. And I do want to commend, because we are kind of so kind of in tune. Well, or I stalk all the creators.
Yeah, you're a stalker.
Twitter. Erica Hayes directing this episode, storyboarding for the longest time, in the director's chair. And she did. I mean,
crushed it. It was terrific. It was just, and there was so much going on, and like the way that you have to piece some of these different story elements and these random things together. Yeah, just outstanding work by Erica Hayes. So, yeah, if you guys have any quick questions or thoughts, drop those in chat real quick. We're gonna wrap this up here in the next few minutes, but if you're new here or you haven't watched the stream before, this is just a post show stream. We go live every Monday at 9 Eastern, 8 Central time, where we do the full episode of Interdimensional RSS. So if you're new here, go ahead and follow on Twitch or hit that subscribe button over on YouTube so that you will find out when we go live tomorrow night for full episode breakdown, including all of our other bits that we tend to do as well. The honey chicken biscuit is a real bruiser. Yeah, I gotta say, I loved the Wendy's commercial. I thought it was high quality stuff. The murder tournament or whatever that they came out of had me thinking about Blood Dome Battle League a little bit. I'm not saying they pulled that from anywhere, but it just got me thinking.
Yeah, it's got you thinking, Well, yeah, we're gonna be back tomorrow, and we're gonna be streaming live when we record our actual episode after we've watched this episode 2 or 3 more
Oh,
times,
so many times. So
uh,
many times.
to really unpack it and catch all those missed little bits that we didn't really catch the first time, like Elsa and all the different Disney evil princesses that were the frozen princesses.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll have to have a conversation about that because I didn't think
Yeah,
those were Disney related at all. I thought they were all like elementals, like the guy that controls time or whatever. And
yeah, I just throw that out there because Elsa is the most recognizable of the Frost Queens. Name another Frost Queen other than from Lion Witch in the Wardrobe.
oh well,
Nick,
you took the easy one.
yeah,
Rude. Would you
just
like
saying.
some Turkish delight?
Let's not come on, Aslan. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. All right.
Classic stuff. All right. Well, yeah, I had a lot of fun watching it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it too. If you guys are on the West Coast, download those apps, watch it, stream it. So you gotta stream it, you guys. Yeah, make sure you're clicking that East Coast feed on your Hulu's or whatever you know, uh, YouTube TVs. I don't know what you kids are using. But yeah, I think that we're gonna call it there. Appreciate you guys hanging out. This is tons of fun. And join us tomorrow for the full episode. If you have things that you didn't get out here, or you suddenly have, an epiphany, then head over to Twitter at RickandMortyPod. That is our Twitter. You can shoot us a tweet over there with your thoughts on the episode. Send us an email, RickandMortyPodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find all our other social media stuff over at apatheticenthusiasm.com or RickandMortyPodcast.com.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, sure. It's one of those. Yeah, just use Google. But that's it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys tomorrow night for a new episode. Look at Brandon's dropping those links in the chat. He's such an efficient guy. He's so good to have around.
Yeah. And if you're interested in what Reddit's saying, I'll throw that out there.
Yeah.
Too,
Brandon is gonna be all up in that subreddit. It's gonna be all up in there.
I'm gonna go in there, just read, browse, steal all these ideas, and then give like a vague, like a very very vague, like some user, Jack Keat or Joe McDash, one of those people said this, and then it's my idea because I'm the one with the podcast. I'm the one with the power. Just kidding.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Breakfast is on Brandon, and and we'll leave with D Squeeze mentioning the double butt fart because he is a child. So solid stuff. Rick communicating and only farts. That's so Rick. That's so Rick. All right, and that's us. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until tomorrow, I'm Travis.
And I'm Brandon, and we will see you on the other side, which is today.
It's technically today, but yeah. All right, bye.
Bye. Oh.